Hello. Audible? Hello. Settle down. Everybody online, can you confirm if I'm audible, visible, guys? We'll start off. Okay, good morning, guys. We'll be doing law today. Settle down. Yeah. Hi. So, we'll be starting off with another new topic added in the new syllabus, which is LLP Act 2008. Now, everybody follow, guys. This is a new topic. If you have someone who's come from the foundation route, and if you have already studied this in foundation, then 80% of LLP is same as foundation. Only some more new provisions are added. No, sir, I came from direct entry route, or I came from foundation, but I skipped LLP. I thought I can skip it. But now it's back in CA Inter, where you have to learn the whole thing. LLP will easily account for 10 marks in our exam. Company law is for how many marks, guys? 60 marks. That's our corporate law. Other laws is for 30 marks, which comprises of your interpretation of statutes, General Clause Act and FEMA. These three put together is for 30 marks. On average, I can say FEMA will easily take, on average, 10 to 15 marks, and these two should take 10 to 15 marks. But again, within those three chapters, institute can mix and match however they want, but LLP is given as a separate unit in the study material itself, which will carry easily 10 marks in our exam. This is with respect to the background importance for exam. How many hours are we going to spend for LLP? Sir, I'm studying for the first time. No problem, you can watch this. Sir, I already studied in foundation. No problem, little bit it will be a revision. You can watch that again. Effectively, 4 hours is what we'll be spending for LLP. I will be doing it in detail, even if you're doing it for the first time. If you just spend 4 hours, and let's say in your house another half an hour, 1 hour, you will get 10 marks in the exam. That builds your confidence. Once LLP and FEMA is done, once you study these two chapters, even though it's not part of your Companies Act, what people do is they study Companies Act a lot. But if you're good with LLP, FEMA, you will somehow easily get 20 out of 100. And if you know these two chapters, IOS and GCA, when the time comes, you will anyway learn that. That's another 20 marks. That's effectively 40 out of 100 marks. But on the other way, the time you have to spend for Companies Act is much higher. So when you finish this part, at least let's say you finish LLP, 10 out of 100, 10% is done just with what, 4 hours. Okay, that's why we are doing this. Now, let's start off, guys. We'll keep it conceptual, then we'll get into the topic. Again, when you look at it, the interesting part in your syllabus, everybody knows it, nothing new. The most interesting, the fun part in law is always Companies Act, which is for 60 marks, lot of discussions. But these things are little less interesting for students, but depends on your perception you have towards that. So we'll start off with LLP. Why do we have LLP, guys? Anybody? Why LLP first? Get the logic. Why LLP? It has merits of partnership and company. Okay, let's say you want to start a business. What are the popular available options for you? Sole proprietor, which you studied in school. Then you have Partnership Act. Then you also have company. Anything else? HUF is only for a specific community. I'm talking for everybody. Then we have trust. Trust is a different form of organization where income tax is exempt. Trust is generally doing charitable work or religious work. They have few things where trust is allowed, like temples or schools, colleges. Those kind of things only trust is allowed. So we can leave trust because it's not for a commercial organization. So the top three you can pick is sole proprietor, partnership, company. Anything else you have in mind? Joint venture is between, once you start something, next only you get joint venture, or even if you don't start, sole proprietor can do it. But if joint venture is between two people coming together, I am saying one when you start by yourself or one individual business as a whole. 1% company comes within company. 1% company is a type of company. Private limited one small category. Anything else? Cooperative society is again for cooperative society. Non-profit organization comes in section 8 company again, which is a company. So top three choices for most people will be sole proprietor, partnership or company. Sole proprietor, what's the problem? Unlimited liability. Let's take a small context to understand this. Let's say, simple example, you have taken a loan of 30 crores. You have some assets, let's say 30 crores. Suddenly in the future, your asset value dropped, your losses, your reserves and surplus, losses increased, and then you are unable to pay this loan. What will happen? You have to pay. Sir, should I sell my kidney and pay? No. Until the last rupee available with you, you have to pay. Are you following? All your assets which is there? You would have seen this Shivaji movie where Rajinikanth had to sell all the assets and he comes to road with 1 rupee left. That also they should have taken. That is what they should take. Otherwise you will be left with zero. Your liabilities are still higher than assets. So sole proprietor, the problem is, if the sole proprietorship is not able to pay, you have to pay from your own pockets. Classic example of proprietorship businesses, let's say tea shops or the small shops, small restaurants. Are you able to follow, guys? Individual pharmacies, all those kind of businesses. So then I want to escape this liability, you can go start a company. Company means private limited company or public, that we anyway know. Private minimum is 2, public minimum members are 7. So then what is the problem in company? Company's biggest issues, there are a lot of advantages. You study in Companies Act, foundation also, separate legal entity, perpetual succession, all those are there, fine. But what's the biggest problem in a company that you will have is the cost of compliance. Compliance cost is very high. Those who learned Companies Act will know that you have to file a lot of forms every year. There is something called annual return, then AGM has to be held. So many things you have to file. Auditor appointment means ADT 1, auditor removed means ADT 3. Like that, there are so many forms. Auditor is mandatory. Dividend, there's again complaint. We saw those dividend, you will be 3 rules that you should. Like this, there are so much compliance. All this compliance company can't do. They have to appoint a CA or a CS. So for that, the compliance cost of a normal sized company in a year will easily be 30 to 40,000 for a decent minimum range. The higher, the more transactions a company has, it keeps going up. So for time pass in the class, let me incorporate a company to show you guys how company is incorporated. I can't leave it as such. Then it will become non-compliance. We would have studied in many places. Non-filing of annual returns, financial statements, all of that. So for filing all of that, cost is very high because you need to appoint a professional. So then we need to find a balance between these two. People are not starting company because cost is high, sole proprietorship is good. Sir, what about partnership? One of the biggest drawbacks in partnership, you would all studied in foundation, if not also we will revise now. In section 69 of Partnership Act, there is something called non-consequence of registration. That's a beautiful provision which says, let's say for example, I am an entity, let's say I am Rajaram as an individual, is entering into a transaction with a unregistered partnership. Let's call that unregistered partnership as, we'll call that unregistered partnership, just 1 second. Yeah, remove from the call, good. Unregistered partnership will be, let's say, we take it as XYZ and Co. If Rajaram sends to sells to XYZ and Co some goods, rupees 10,000. Similarly, XYZ and Co sells to Rajaram some other goods. Goods are sold goods for rupees 5,000. That's it. Now you tell me who has to pay whom. Rajaram should pay XYZ and Co how much? How much? 5,000. Correct. He purchased for 5,000. XYZ should receive from Rajaram how much, guys? So XYZ in balance sheet debtors will be Rajaram how much? 10,000. Creditors payable to Rajaram how much, guys? 5,000. So for XYZ and Co, receivable is 10,000, payable is 5,000. Are we correct? Is it correct, guys? Hello? No, it's opposite. It's opposite, guys. Rajaram is selling goods to XYZ and Co for 10,000. So XYZ has to pay how much? 10,000. Come on, guys. Morning you cannot be inactive. Okay. Same way Rajaram is buying from XYZ how much? 5,000. Debtors is 5,000. How many of you agreed with what I said, sir? Correct, sir. First time. How many of you figured out it's wrong? Even those who are watching online live recording, just raise your hands in the house. Good. Those who others, what you are doing? Whatever sir tells, it's correct. Let me blindly listen and go. So now in this case, you tell me, if you are XYZ and Co, what you will do? What you will do? You will tell, okay, I have to receive, I have to pay, so I will adjust and pay 5,000. Are you following, guys? You can't do that. If it's an unregistered partnership, you cannot do set off. Rajaram will tell, give me my 10,000, I will pay you 5,000 separately. Now let's say both of them had a fight. Rajaram fights a lot. So let's say both of them had a fight. Example. Okay. Now both of them had a fight. They went to the court. In court, Rajaram is saying, I have to receive 10,000. Firm is saying, I have to receive 5,000. Both filed a complaint. The court will accept only whose complaint? Rajaram's complaint. They won't accept XYZ complaint because the court will tell, you are unregistered. That means you are not registered in the eyes of the law. I can't see you. You are blind towards me. Meaning the court will tell, firm is standing here, Rajaram is standing here. Firm can see only Rajaram. No. Court can see only Rajaram, guys. Firm can see Rajaram. Correct. But the court, in the eyes of the law can see only whom, guys? Rajaram. Law cannot see firm. Are you following, guys? So court will give the benefit only to Rajaram where there is no set off. One more provision, all this foundation, if it's an unregistered firm, third party can sue the firm, but firm cannot sue the third party. All this you study in foundation, nothing new. But for those who are studying first time, for me, I'm teaching from basic. Even though, so partnership firm has these disadvantages. Sir, only if it's unregistered? No, sir. What if partnership is registered? Liability is still unlimited. Are you following? That is when they introduced this thing called limited liability partnership. This was beneficial for CAs first, everybody else. Most of the CA firms before this came in 2008 were partnership firms. what happened as time kept going? The institute started increasing the liability on auditors, meaning if that means a CA can only start a CA firm for doing practice after you qualify. A CA cannot start a company, he can only start a partnership firm. But after multiple scams like Satyam scam, this Satyam scam also came in 2008, LLP also came in 2008. No coincidence, guys. Okay. Now, partnership firm, the biggest problem was liability was unlimited. But CS didn't mind because for auditor firm there is no liability. Correct? Only if I take a loan. But then ICAI Act got amended slowly, where it said if a CA is not diligent or negligent in his work, where you are supposed to do audit, you are sleeping, like how you all were sleeping 10 minutes back. Like that, if you are sleeping in an audit, now the liability for an auditor is unlimited and he will be imprisoned. So, if a CA is not doing the work properly or involved in fraud, liability is unlimited and you are liable for imprisonment. This you will study in auditor chapters, or you would have studied depending on which stage you are at. Okay. But so LLP came in. So CAs, most of the firms today, all the big fours have closed their partnership firm and they have converted to an LLP. They have converted to an LLP. Are you guys following? So LLP liability is limited. Are you understanding, guys? Except when ICAI Act or Companies Act tells liability is unlimited, otherwise it is limited. Are you following? So LLP basically, like you guys guessed it correct in the start, has the advantages of partnership and company in one place. I will get into this in detail a little later, but what are the common points? Even in the latest mock test paper for May 2024 exam, they asked for a 5-mark question or 4-mark question in mock test paper. LLP is a form of organization which takes the benefit of partnership and company. What are they? 5 marks. That is the question they asked in mock test paper in CA Inter, not foundation. So we are going to discuss few key points. You will tell me what those points are. From mix of both partnership and company. 1, it is having separate legal entity. It has separate legal entity. Second is what, guys? Liability is limited. From the word itself, limited liability. Like this, if you can write 5 points, you are done, you will get marks. Next, perpetual succession. Let me explain what each of these are quickly. What is separate legal entity? You study in Foundation Companies Act, same thing. Company is different from the owners, individual, both are separate. Same way in LLP, replace that word shareholders with partners. Partners are different from LLP, both have separate identity. If partner buys a car, it is partner's car. If LLP buys a car, it is LLP's car. Unlike Partnership Act, we used to mix the assets. It belongs to both. Are you following? That's it. What is limited liability? That's what we discussed in the last sum. That much time. LLP's liability is limited to LLP. Partner's liability is limited to the partner. Perpetual succession is a classic example. In a partnership, if 4 partners are traveling together in a car crashes and all the 4 partners die, what happens to partnership firm? Closed. In fact, even if one partner dies, partnership firm may be closed, subject to other partners' decision. But if all the partners die, partnership firm will close down. But for a company LLP, it's a separate legal entity, so the entity will continue. Sir, same logic, sir. If all the 4 partners or all the 4 shareholders for a company or LLP go and crash, what will happen to LLP? Who will take care? They are not there, no, who will take care? Legal heir or the nominee they appoint will take care, the entity will continue. Shareholder means shareholder's legal heir, partner means partner's legal heir, whomever they assign as a nominee. Are you following, guys? That is perpetual succession. Any other point, guys? Yes, LLP is a body corporate. Someone is telling me it is having concept of mutual agency. Mutual agency is what you studied in foundation for partnership firm. That is not there here. Not there for an LLP. Mutual agency is there only for a partnership. Sir, what is that? If let's take a partnership with 3 partners, Dinesh, Rahul, and we'll take Sanjeev. Okay. If in a partnership, if Dinesh takes a loan, then Sanjeev also is liable to repay. Correct? Mutual agency means if one party does an act in a partnership, all the other partners and the firm is liable. I am agent of everybody else. It's mutually understood. Are you following? That concept is not there in LLP. Because of the nature, LLP is in, what is it? It's a separate legal entity with limited. So just because of an act of somebody else, my liability can't be unlimited. Sir, why are we discussing basics? When you learn this, the entire act becomes very easy. Are you following, guys? So again, I'm repeating. Follow. In LLP, we don't have mutual agency. Remember that first. Okay. Next. Online, I'm getting one more person saying, so instead of mutual agency, I'll write artificial judicial person. So for LLP, body corporate is there, artificial judicial person. These are some common features. Some more points. Anybody else, guys? Common seal is another point. Okay, there is also common seal. Yes, LLP will have a common seal. Again, this is optional. Understand the logic. Until 2013, before Companies Act 2013, common seal was mandatory. Why it's optional now? Digital signature is there, DSC. Still, I can't keep using a manual seal. So, digital sign is there, no need to have a common seal. Common seal means we can visualize that chapa, they will put one thing, that blue ink or black ink, whatever, that one, common seal. Next, compliance fees is less, that is another advantage. Compliance cost is comparatively low compared to a company. Are you able to follow, guys? These are some top features. There are a lot more features, guys. These are top features. Now somebody is asking me, sir, for LLP, is registration optional or mandatory? Partnership was optional, no. Here, super. For LLP, registration is mandatory, just like how it is for a company. Registration is mandatory, guys. So when they ask you why LLP in exam, which was a common question, if in foundation there were 10 attempts for a foundation LLP, 5 times that fellow asked this only. I mean the examiner. Okay. They asked this question. What is the advantage of having LLP? Even latest MTP they asked this only. Okay. You should not write like me, sir, 8 points. Explain any 5-6 core points like separate legal entity, limited liability, perpetual succession, all these points. Are you following, guys? There are more points. I'll come to it one by one. I'm trying to finish off the basics, guys. This is the chapter which most of, how many of you studying LLP for the first time? Online, everybody put the hands up. First time studying LLP. If you're coming from college route or any other route, no problem. Nothing to panic. We are teaching from basic. Next, coming to partners, guys. Partners. How many partners are allowed in LLP, guys? Minimum. Super. Minimum 2. What about maximum? Private limited company in Companies Act minimum is 2, maximum 200. Public limited company minimum 7, maximum unlimited. Partnership firm minimum 2, maximum. Partnership firm maximum is 50 or 200? 50 or 200? Check and tell. 50 or 200, leave it. Not there in syllabus, but the word number 50 is amended quite some time back. Okay, leave it. Not in syllabus. For LLP, what is the maximum number of partners? How much, guys? Unlimited. So LLP is a partnership with maximum number of partners as being unlimited. Okay, super. So let's say my LLP has 17,000 partners. I'm talking 17,000 partners. Is it allowed? Now LLP has done something wrong. They have taken loan not repaid, or they didn't pay income tax, or they didn't pay municipal tax. They sent a notice to the LLP. Each partner is saying, ask the other partner, don't ask me, ask him, ask him. They are putting a circle around these 17,000 partners. Who is liable? Who is liable, guys? LLP is liable, but somebody has to respond to that notice. So all the partners are saying, you ask him, ask him. Who will respond? So there is a problem where there are more number of people. We need someone accountable. Now go to a company. Think in the logic of company. In a company, who are the owners? Then we have board of directors, and then we have company. Owners are shareholders. Reliance has 33 lakh shareholders. But if Reliance does a non-compliance, who will reply to that notice, sir? Company will reply. For that company, are shareholders going to reply? No. 33 lakh shareholders can't decide one thing together. It's hard. That's why we have AGM and procedures. So their representation of shareholders are whom, guys? Board of directors. Maximum board can be 15 people. They will collectively respond on behalf of the company representing shareholders. Correct? So company itself has 3 people. Company, board of directors. Can shareholders itself be board of directors? Yes. I mean, can the same person be both shareholder and board of director? Yes. Reliance, Ambani is the shareholder. Ambani is the board of director. He is one of the directors. Correct? So you can be both. Now if I take an LLP, instead of shareholders, I have partners. Now like board of directors in a company, I need someone here. That someone is called a DP. Here when I say DP, it is designated partner. Designated partner. Who is designated partner? A new term we are introducing. Who is designated partner, guys? Person who is designated by the other partners in LLP, who is like the board of directors, responsible for all the legal compliance. Minimum you need to have how many? 2 designated partners. So you need to have minimum 2 designated partners. Are you able to follow, guys? These are the basic features. That's how the chapter starts in our study mat. I will get to that later. Okay, that's how the chapter starts. So these are the core features of an LLP. There are still some more things, but these are the main ones. Are you following, guys? Now getting into the detailed points one by one, which is relevant for exam and all of that. Okay. Now, in an LLP, who can be partners? In partnership firm, who can be partners? Individual only. Here, company also can be partner in LLP. Okay. Yes. Same way here, individual or they call someone called body corporate can be a partner in LLP. Are you guys following? Which individual cannot be a partner? With an individual, they are saying such an individual can be anyone apart from these 3. Are you following, guys? Are you all with me? So which individual apart from these 3, all other individuals can be a partner in LLP? First they are saying unsound mind. Sir, I studied this in Foundation Contract Act. No, same. But here they added a point which is very beautiful. For example, let's say we take Sanjeev. Sanjeev is saying suddenly, I am an unsound mind. I can't be partner. I won't sign it. Can I just claim I am unsound mind? You will become unsound mind. As per Contract Act, yes. As per Contract Act, they just say who is unsound mind, who can't take decisions. You are not in your senses, correct? But here the law has evolved. When Contract Act came, 1872, that time when the law was made, people were innocent. So they said unsound mind means not everybody will simply tell I'm unsound mind. But today in 2008, law has seen almost 140 years of history from that time. And the law learned that, okay, people are simply using unsound mind to their advantage to avoid contract. Sanjay will take a loan. For repaying time, he'll tell, I am unsound mind. Whenever that bank comes, he will act like unsound mind. Bank has to leave. So people started taking advantage of that provision. So LLP got a small change. Unsound mind declared by a competent court. Are you following, guys? So if you are unsound mind, you can't tell. You have to go and get a court certificate. How court will give that certificate? They will do some medical test, all of that. Are you following? So this itself can be an exam question. Unsound mind cannot be partner in LLP. It's only unsound mind declared by a competent court. Are you following, guys? Next point is adjudicated insolvent. Who's an adjudicated insolvent, guys? I can't tell, I'm simply insolvent. You should have got a court order. Court should have finalized that you are an insolvent. Again in Shivaji movie, Rajinikanth is saying, I'm insolvent, I can't pay. Yes, in that movie he becomes insolvent. He comes to a stage where he is not able to repay his liabilities, where Rajinikanth sells all the assets in Shivaji movie. Correct? He gives off all the assets. He was left with that 1 rupee. He might have still had liabilities. They didn't show that in the movie. If he still has liabilities, he is not able to pay. If court gives an order, he is adjudicated insolvent. Here the law adds one more point. If you remember in Foundation Partnership Act, who cannot be a partner is someone who becomes an insolvent after court passes an order. Now my question to you, let's say this is the point where court is passing an order saying you are an insolvent, but you applied for insolvency here. Application for insolvency was made at this particular time. After this, you will not be a partner in partnership firm and LLP, both. You can't be partner anywhere. Basically, after court passes an order saying you're insolvent, can you enter into any contract? No. You can't even buy a chips packet if the person selling that, chips to you knows you're insolvent. Sir, if I give cash, can I buy? Yes. But how will you earn cash? You're insolvent means you have zero, nothing. You cannot do a business. They won't allow you to incorporate a business, not having capability. Job you can go. Okay, you will get a job for salary. Slowly you have to start earning again. Sir, I will go to tea shop and I will buy tea. Tomorrow I will pay 10 rupees. If the tea shop owner knows you are insolvent, he won't enter into contract. Are you able to follow, guys? Sir, what about this period where I have made an application, but court is still trying to find out if I am really an insolvent or not? Are you following? See, this yellow shaded area, you can't be a partner whether in LLP or partnership firm. What about in this blue shaded area? Can you be a partner? Yes, I can be a partner in case of a partnership firm, but in case of LLP, you can't be a partner or you can't start an LLP from the date of application itself when you apply to be an LLP. Are you able to follow, guys? Can you see the difference? So third, I'll explain the logic. Third point is applied to be an insolvent, application is pending. Application pending for insolvency. These three individuals cannot start an LLP. Are you following, guys? Sir, why the difference? Partnership Act is saying only after passing an order. LLP from the date of application itself. Why? Again, same logic. Partnership Act was made in 1930. That time they said the order only matters more. But now, the minute you apply for insolvency, who will apply? Simple logic, guys. See, LLP Act only makes more sense in all aspects. When will you get, let's say, a CT scan for your full body? When? Simply will you go every month and get a CT scan or a chest X-ray or some full X-ray? Will you get simply every month? When you will get? Yes. Doctor prescribes. When doctor will prescribe? Simply will they prescribe, sir, I am going to hospital, sir. Simply I go there, they are giving reports, sir. Not a movie. In reality, doctor will prescribe test only when there is a doubt that something is not fine. So the report will confirm whether it's there or not, correct? So when will you apply to court to become an insolvent? To become insolvent is not a proud feeling, guys. Sir, I am insolvent. Yes. No. You don't become an insolvent only when you don't have any other option. It's like throwing away all your respect. Okay, fine, it happened, I can't do anything else. So you need, all the liabilities are chasing me. So you apply to court. So when you apply to court, it means you know you are an insolvent. Court has to validate. So LLP Act is saying, why do you want to start an LLP when you are going to become an insolvent? You are not even able to pay your liabilities, but you want to start a limited liability partnership. The sentence doesn't make sense. I am on a diet, but I eat biryani every day. It's like that. Are you following, guys? So these are sir, all this okay, sir. Exam only is important for me. What are the things you should remember for exam? Who can be partners in LLP, guys? Individual or body corporate? Who within that individual, who can't be LLP partners? Unsound mind declared by competent court, adjudicated insolvent, application pending for insolvency, can't be a partner in LLP. This is specifically given in LLP Act. Only these 3 points. Sir, what about a minor? They didn't talk about it in LLP Act. Whenever the act is silent, go back and read Indian Contract Act. Can a minor be a partner in partnership firm? Yes. Section 30 of Partnership Act says beneficial partner, yes. Can a minor be partner in LLP? No. LLP and company, minor cannot be a partner or shareholder because you are entering into a contract. Minor can't enter into a contract. Sir, then I want to be shareholder of company. How can I become shareholder of company? Be a joint shareholder along with a joint major shareholder or enter into contract with a guarantee. Same way LLP. I can be a partner of LLP if I am a minor, but along with a major enter into a joint contract. In a joint contract with a major, minor can do anything. All contracts you can enter with a major who is signing and you are the minor signing. Bank account, why are they allowing? Because there is a major sign. Sir, bank account no liability. Who said? If your balance is 0, they will debit some money. Have you seen that? Many accounts have this minimum balance. Minimum 10,000 rupees you should keep. If you have less than 10,000, they will keep reducing the money and it will go into negative. Who will pay that negative? You should only pay. Are you following, guys? So that's why they have a major who is a joint partner. Are you following, guys? That's it. Yes, doubt? Yeah. B and C. So the doubt is, sir, what is the difference between point B and C? B says, once order is received, you become insolvent. C says, apply to become insolvent. So you apply to ICAI today to become a student. This is date of application. Or ICAI gives you a mail in 2 days saying you are a student. That time gap also, you are not an insolvent. Your application for insolvency is pending, but in that time gap, you can't start an LLP. Or if you are a partner, you have to leave the LLP as a partner. Following? Okay. Are you getting it, guys? Sir, what is the body corporate? Later I'll take it. What is the body corporate? Under body corporate, right? So this is individual except these three. Individual except these three can be there. For a body corporate, write down three things. Three people are allowed to be a body corporate. Who is a body corporate? I'll explain. Company registered in India. Second is company registered outside India. Similarly, write down LLP registered in or outside India. Are you following, guys? Body corporate includes three things. If I have to write in two, I am writing because an institute is like that. 2 points means company registered in or outside India, LLP registered in or outside India. But it does not include two points. One is cooperative society registered under Cooperative Society Act, or it does not include one more. I'll explain once you write, guys. Does not include corporation sole, or also known as corporate sole. Correct. So, Tejaswini has a doubt. Her doubt is, including for online live and recording, doubts I am repeating so it's easy for you for revision. Follow, guys. The doubt is very simple. The doubt is basically, sir, once I apply to become insolvent, I will leave the partnership firm. When I leave the LLP, whenever I use the word partnership firm and limited LLP, when I leave the LLP, I will get a money for settlement. No. So her doubt is, I applied to become insolvent. Now I'll get money from LLP for settlement. Now why will they pass the order, sir? I got money. When you apply itself, you have to estimate how much money you may get if you leave. Let's say you're estimating that I might get 300, but your liabilities are still 3000. Insolvent means assets are not zero. Liabilities are more than assets. It could be even liabilities is 10 lakh crores. Assets are 3 lakh crores. Are you following? Kingfisher Airlines. It's going to be a company which is going to be bankrupt. We don't use the word insolvent for a company. Insolvent is for individual. Company means bankrupt. Kingfisher Airlines value is not zero. They have assets. So many flights in their name. But liabilities are more than assets. Now come back over here. Clear? Sir, what is a body corporate, sir? For a long time I had a doubt. What is a body corporate? What's a company? Which is wider in scope? Body corporate is wider in scope. A part of body corporate includes company. Here they are talking about, the first definition is company registered in India and outside India. Those are the 2 points we saw, guys. But Companies Act covers only companies are registered in India. Think logically. Can the Indian Companies Act call Elon Musk and tell, come on, file this form with me? What he'll tell, I am a US company doing business in US. Why will I file a form here with Indian law? Are you following, guys? So, Companies Act 2013, which is part of our syllabus, governs only companies registered in India. What is company registered outside India? Tesla, Apple, McDonald's, Microsoft, Google, Alphabet, all these. Are you following, guys? Now the term who can start an LLP in India, it can be started by a company registered in India or a company registered outside India. Are you following, guys? Are you understanding? That means, let me give an example. Let's take an Indian company. Example, let's say Airtel, Indian company. What is full form of Airtel? Bharti Airtel, but what is the full form of Airtel? Airtel is short form for Air, Space, Telecommunication. Air Telecommunication, short form is Airtel, not an exam, guys, leave it. Okay, now let's take a US company. Give me an example of US company. Microsoft. Are you following, guys? Now Microsoft, here soft means that's software, they've just taken it. Let's say Airtel and Microsoft together are starting an LLP in India. Can they do that, guys? Yes. That is why the definition of body corporate includes company registered in India, company registered outside India. Are you following? But Indian Companies Act will apply only for, not for. Are you following? Similarly, it can be an LLP registered outside India or, write that, in India or outside India, both, guys, sorry. Write down it's LLP registered in India or, I think I told both, I wrote only one. So LLP registered in India or outside India. Are you guys following, guys? Clear? That's it, simple. Sir, I have a doubt. So the term body corporate is much wider. So if I have to write down, body corporate includes company, LLP, in India, LLP in India, but the LLP Act and Companies Act governs only those which are in, but body corporate additionally also includes both these outside India. We are only talking about who can start LLP. Are you guys following? To put it in a much simpler, easier way, company or LLP in India or outside India is a body corporate which can start an LLP, but Companies Act and LLP Act only governs in India. So, sir, can Microsoft come to India, do something and leave? They will not be liable. Are you following, guys? Can Apple come to India and sell phones which are defect and leave? Are they not liable? That's why in our syllabus they have added what? Foreign company. Foreign company is a company which has a place of business in, that we will see in foreign company chapter separately. So that is separate, guys. What's a foreign company? So for now, for exam, sir, I want to know for exam only, sir. All this extra knowledge is fine. Exam, what to remember? LLP can have two set of people who can start LLP together. They are individuals or body corporate. Individuals can be anybody except unsound mind declared by a competent court, adjudicated insolvent, application pending for insolvency. Body corporate is anybody company registered in India or company registered outside India, LLP in or outside India, excluding cooperative society registered or corporation sole. Are you following? So these people can start LLP. It can be only individuals, or it can be only body corporate, or it can be combination of both. Are you guys able to follow? It's only individual or only body corporate. It can be 3 individuals, 2 body corporate, 4 individuals, 5 body corporate, or only 7 individuals in any composition of my choice. Sir, you didn't tell us what is cooperative society or what is Corporation soul, sir. I'm waiting for that. What is that? Cooperative society. Everybody knows that. You would have seen in Chennai, Co-optex. Cooperative society is a group of people coming together for a specific purpose. For example, you take this. Sorry, Amul. Amul is a producer company, cooperative society, where a set of farmers or a set of weavers come together and start a business with lot of tax benefits, this benefit, that benefit. They are governed by a separate act called Cooperative Society Act, not in our syllabus. Additionally, you can learn, no harm. After exams, it's fine. Now, what is a corporate soul? This I'm going to give it to you as a homework. Tomorrow's class, next class, you try to find out what's a corporate soul and come back. Okay. You can easily find, do your bit of research. We will discuss tomorrow. You should only remind me, guys. Otherwise, we will miss that point. Okay. Yes. Question is, in case of LLP, can minor be a joint partner? Answer, guys. Did we discuss this? Or it's new? Already discussed. Okay. LLP can be a joint partner with a major. Fine. We discussed, no? Yes. Fine. Let's proceed, guys. So now we are going to get to the point of a designated partner, which they can ask in MCQ, case study based question, all of that. How many DPs should we have, guys? Minimum 2. Maximum? Nothing. They are not given any limit. Minimum 2. What are they responsible for? Their role is they are responsible for what, guys? Legal. They are responsible for legal compliances. Okay. Such a designated partner has to be only individual. Why? Why he has to be individual? If something goes wrong, who is liable? Let's say Kingfisher Airlines did not repay the loan. Whom would the government or police would have arrested? Vijay Mallya. That's why he ran off, no, to UK, so that he doesn't have to pay. Otherwise, he would have been in jail. So, all the other people who did scam and got caught, we can't arrest the company. That's why we arrest the directors who are responsible, correct? So, for an LLP, if something goes wrong, imagine, I told you, Airtel and Microsoft can start an LLP. Let's say Airtel, Infosys, Microsoft, TCS, all these together started LLP. Something went wrong. Whom will I arrest? I can't arrest Airtel. You will put the filer in jail. So you need to put some individual responsible. That person only is designated partner. That's why they are saying he has to be an individual. Now, if I am an individual, follow guys, if I am an individual, what if I am in UK? Hard to arrest. What if I am hiding in Indonesia? I am hiding in Russia. Hard to arrest. So such an individual has to be a resident in India. Resident in India. Who is a resident in India? So someone in the previous financial year stayed in India for less than or equal to how many days? 120 or 182? 120 or 182? 120 days. FEMA only 182, more than 182. Are you following, guys? I'll give you the history for this number. We had 1% company in Companies Act, LLP and FEMA. Everything was actually 182 only initially. Then 1% company they changed to 120. This still remained at 182. This is 182. Now they amended. This is what? 120 days. Still FEMA is 180. Someday in the future they may amend. For our exam, 1% company in Companies Act you will learn, or LLP is how much, guys? 120 days in the preceding financial year. Are you following, guys? More than or equal to, not less than 120 days. Check that once. It should be more than or equal to. What is the wordings used? Yeah, more than or equal to. Not less than means more than or equal to 120 days. In FEMA it is more than 182. Here it is more than or equal to 120 days. Are you following, guys? That's it. So designated partner minimum 2, responsible for all the legal compliances and all of that. Individual resident in India in the previous financial year for more than or equal to 120. Any doubts still here? Hello? No, you should be having a doubt. Any doubt? Can a partnership firm be a partner in LLP? Above we went. Who can be a partner in LLP? Only individual or body corporate? Here, do we have LLP? Sorry, do we have partnership? No. So a partnership firm cannot be a partner in LLP. A partnership firm cannot be a shareholder in a company. Because, look, don't read like this. Why? To be a partner anywhere in LLP or a shareholder, you need to enter into a contract. To be enter into a contract, you need to have a separate legal entity. Partnership firm is not a separate legal entity. So partnership firm can still be a partner in LLP in the name of the partner as an individual, not in the name of partnership firm. Are you following? Clear? Yes. When I say company registered in India, it is deemed for you to understand company registered in India in the Companies Act 2013 or any other previous acts. Yes, Section 8 company can be a partner. They are only talking about company registered in India. They are not saying private company or public company or 1% company or small or Section 8. They just said company. Are you following, guys? So his doubt is, can Section 8 company be a partner in LLP? They have explicitly not said not allowed. That means yes. Are you following, guys? Clear? Any doubts still here? You need to have a doubts. I will drop a hint. Airtel, Microsoft, now come to designated partner. Perfect. So the doubt is, or the question raised now is, sir, you told designated partner has to be an individual, minimum 2 partners resident in India, stayed in India in the previous financial year for not less than 120 days. Sir, if Airtel and Microsoft, as per our example, 2 body corporates start an LLP, there is no individual, no sir. There is no resident in India. What if Microsoft and Apple start LLP in India? 2 foreign companies starting LLP in India, who is the individual? Who is responsible? They are not staying for 120 days, correct? So what to do? They will appoint someone who is an individual. So if in a scenario, it is not coming always, if all partners or all except one are body corporate, are you following, guys? Then such a body corporate will appoint a nominee who is an individual who follows the above provisions. Are you all understanding, guys? So all partners or all except one partners are body corporates, then I have to appoint a nominee, and such a nominee has to be an individual who is following the above provision. Are you understanding, guys? Yes. Okay, Sanjeev has a beautiful question. His doubt is, sir, Airtel and let's say TCS together have started an LLP. Let's call it AART LLP, some new LLP, guys. Okay. Okay. Now, oh, you want to change the name to Aarti, huh? Aarti LLP, Aarti and TCS, correct? Not my thing, guys. Sanjeev Sona. Okay. Now, his doubt is Airtel is a limited company, TCS is a limited company. They are starting Aarti LLP. His doubt is Airtel should follow Companies Act, LLP Act, is asking. Answer, guys. How many of you Companies Act? How many of you LLP Act? How many of you nothing? I will not follow law. How many of you both? Now follow, guys. Airtel in its separate entity will follow Companies Act. As a partner, it will follow. That's it. Are you following, guys? Clear? Now let's take scenarios, guys. I am starting an LLP with 7 individuals and 5 body corporates. Allowed? Yes. Should I appoint nominee? Should I appoint nominee? No need. Within these 7 individuals, I can have a 2 designated. Can I appoint still nominee if I want? It's not saying no. You can appoint. The 2 nominees can still be from the body corporates. It's not mandatory that if individual is there, you cannot appoint nominee. No, it depends on the agreement. Are you following, guys? I am saying if individual is not there itself, like let's say 10 body corporates started LLP, then you will have to mandatorily appoint 2 nominees. Sir, what about this scenario? I have 7 body corporates, 1 individual, together started LLP. How many nominees minimum? 1 nominee you need to have. Because this individual can be a DP if you want, then from here I have to appoint at least 1 nominee. You can appoint both from here, but I am saying minimum how much? Are you clear with this entire provision now, guys? Sir, for exam so far, what to remember, sir? Who can start LLP? No, what are the features of LLP? These points. So far in foundation exam, at least this is the first time LLP is coming to inter. I can stop the class over here. Thanks, guys. Bye bye. Foundation they have asked only till here. Or they have asked LLP versus partnership firm difference, LLP versus company difference, or what is the features, who is a designated partner, who can't be. That's it. Beyond this, whatever we are going to study, they have never tested. Don't ask me why. This is the foundation, not the syllabus. This is the foundation exam syllabus. Only lately they asked something called whistleblower, fraud, null, which I am going to see immediately now. Okay. Fine. Now, so who can be partner LLP, individual or body corporate? Individual other than unsound mind, declared by a competent court, adjudicated, insolvent, application pending for insolvency, body corporate, company registered in India, company registered outside India, LLP registered in or outside India, does not include corporation, sole or cooperative society. Online recording and online live, keep repeating at your end in the house, guys. Just 4 hours or 4 to 5 hours, LLP will be done. 10 marks solid in your pocket. Okay. Done. Then we saw designated partner, minimum 2. They have to be responsible for loss. They have to be individuals where they have to stay in India for at least 120 days in previous year. Then if their body corporates, appoint a nominee. Now in this resident in India, they are now bringing one, what they are making the law a little relaxed. In this resident in India, they are saying no need, see minimum you should have how many DPs, guys? In this 2, any one is resident in India means enough. Are you following, guys? Important exception. Sir, not all the 2 have to be in India. At least, sir, I need 1 fellow to arrest. If something goes wrong, 1 fellow should be in jail. So any one, see, both should be individuals, guys, no doubt in that. Okay, but individuals or both should be nominees who are individuals. But in that, any one should be a resident in India who in the previous financial year stayed in India for not less than 120 days. Are you following, guys? Getting the logic? Clear? Let's proceed further. LLP, I am not going to go in the same section wise order that we have. LLP totally has, I should have told you from the starting, guys, has 82 sections and 4 schedules in the whole LLP Act 2008. But we don't have everything in syllabus. We have roughly some 25 to 30 sections. That's it. That also we have them in a random order. Okay. So I will also be going in a flow which I have made for the act. Are you following, guys? How many of you travel two-wheeler or car, have a license and you travel two-wheeler car, online live also recording, put your hand up. Okay. How many of you at least once crossed the red signal when there was red at any time? At least once. Took a U-turn where U-turn was not there. Many of you did it. Okay. Most of you, including online live recording, put your hand up. Okay. Now, what are you studying to become? CA. We are in which class now? Law class. We are studying about designated partner whose work is what? Legal compliance. You want to be an ethical or non-ethical CA? No, you want to be ethical or non-ethical CA? Seriously. Ethical CA, correct? That means one of the first, that means to be an ethical CA, you can't wake up one day and tell, I will be an ethical CA who will not take any bribe. I will be very genuine. It has to be in your nature. Being a leader, everybody likes Dhoni as a leader. You can't just become a cricket team captain. It has to be in you in some or other way. That means you can't someday become, I am a CA who will follow all the law. It has to be in your nature, starting from the small things like following traffic rules. Very small things. Me and my wife have most fights when we go in car together. Okay. I generally follow the red signal very strictly. Orange comes means even if it's morning 5 a.m. signals won't come. 7 a.m. night 9 also I will stop. She'll scold me, go. Why are you waiting here? I said, if I am driving, I only take control of the wheel. I am not going to cross the signal. Whatever happens, I will wait there. So I know these are small things which doesn't matter. I enjoy this, guys. What happens sometimes in signal, when there's a red signal, when there is no traffic, we can actually go. I am the only car standing. I will stand there correctly in a way that no other car can go. Behind me, one car will come and stand. He will keep putting horn. Then I will open my window. I'll put my hand. I'll tell him, look at that signal. Can't you see? Are you blind? Then I'll feel good. Yes, I'm following law. You follow the law. Okay. Are you following, guys? Sometimes if there is no U-turn, if I see someone taking a U-turn, I will go block him in the car. Then I will tell, go this side. We will fight. I enjoy those fights because I am only going to win. I am following the law. But that happens rarely, guys. But I am saying these small places, when you start following the law, it will take time. You do it consciously. Then it changes your character as a person. We are studying about legal compliance. You are studying law. You can't be someone who's not following law and telling others, hey, follow law. Are you following, guys? Are you getting it? This is something in school they taught. Gandhiji used to, they used to say when Gandhiji thing. I don't know how far it's true, guys. In book they told that when kid comes and asks Gandhiji not to eat sugar or something, he was eating sugar. So that time he told he can't tell. You remember the story? No. See, this my grandmother told me. I don't know how far it's true, guys. Once one parent and kid went to Gandhiji, it seems, and they asked Gandhiji to advise the kid, don't eat sugar. He said, come back tomorrow. Because that time he was eating sugar, he couldn't advise. So if you are not following something, you can't advise that to somebody. Are you following, guys? So if you want to be a CA who's compliant, first you have to be compliant. See, 95% of people are not like this. They will advise something that they are not following. Come back to LLP. Distraction over, guys. Now, LLP. Now, back to LLP, guys. Just 4 hours, effective 4 hours, excluding all these distractions. Okay. For you to put on LLP, come back. next set of concepts. I'm going to go in a random order, but it will have a flow. Now to what we learned, you started LLP. Who are those people who started LLP in our example? Dinesh, Rahul and Sanjeev together started LLP. What do we name that? DRS LLP. Okay. They started a DRS LLP, guys. Okay. Now, in this DRS LLP, once they start, how should they start? Now, look at the act, the whole act. We have just come to the starting point. What is an LLP? Who can start an LLP? Next is, how do you start an LLP? That is what we have in syllabus as calling incorporation of LLP procedure, guys. Incorporation of LLP process. Then I will come to that later. I am just giving you a bird's eye view now. Once you incorporate LLP, what comes next, guys? During the life of LLP, lot of things happen. Our entire act is going to be over here. During the life of LLP, LLP has what all procedures to follow, what is the liability of partners, liability of LLP. During the life period of LLP, lot of concepts we will learn. Then in the ending period of LLP, when LLP is going to close down, again what are the procedures to follow. Ideally in our book, they will go in the same order, teach you how to incorporate LLP, what is the process over here, what is the end. Are you getting it, guys? But I will go in a random order, but when the chapter gets over, whole unit will be done. I will also specifically mention, this we will do towards the end, what are the new additions in LLP, which was not there in foundation, newly added in inter. That is about 5 to 7 new concepts, which we will need separate 1 hour discussion for the whole new things which are added. Following, guys. Now next concept, what is financial year, guys? Today is the start of the financial year. Happy new financial year, guys. 1st April. Okay. I don't know if you realized or not. Financial year, April Fool's Day, whatever. Okay. Following, guys. Clear? Now, what is financial year? 1st April to 31st March. Today morning I was actually thinking, shall I message saying class cancel and then say April Fool? But I said it's figure out, no need. It's very back to school days. Okay, now let's start off. So, financial year is 1st April, let's say today 1st April 24 to 31st March 25. Those who are watching online live recording and all, today is the day, guys. We are shooting this class. Okay. Now, let's say I start LLP today, then my financial year is 12 months. What if I incorporate LLP on 15th July 24? Then when does my year end? So 15th July 24 to 31st March 25. What if I incorporate LLP on 19th July 24? Same. What if I incorporate on 15th 15th November 24, then 31st March. LLP I'm asking. Okay, this is one. Most of you are saying 31st March 25. What if I incorporate on 14th Feb 25? Then the year will end on 31st March 25 on a normal basis, correct? But isn't it too less? Such a short period for having a financial year. So the law says for such a short period you have to prepare P&L, balance sheet, books of accounts and do audit file. So they are saying for a financial year, if LLP is incorporated after 30th September of any financial year, let's say 30th September 24 this year. So if you incorporate on, let's say, 1st October 24, when does the financial year end, guys? 31st March 25, or they are giving an option that you can end on 31st March 26. Are you guys following? This is for LLP. So now you give me options, guys. Let's say we incorporate LLP on 11th Jan 25. When does the financial year end? 31st March 25 or 31st March 26 at the option of the LLP. Everybody will pick which option? 26. So for the first financial year alone, the number of days will be much higher. Are you guys following? The same concept is there in Companies Act also. Those who know Companies Act will know. Same thing is there in Companies Act. But there, the cutoff date is not 30th September. What is it? 1st Jan 25. What is 30th September here is 1st Jan 25 there. Are you following, guys? Clear? Not following? I'll repeat. If the year ends, if my financial year, what is my financial year? Could be a question never tested so far in LLP. Only for, see, subsequent years is always going to be 1st April to, no change in that. This is going to be, first of all, why is it 12 months? Why 12 months? We discussed already. Why 12 months? Why? Did I tell why financial year is April, March? Hello? As per Income Tax Act, it is April to March. You pay tax April to March. So here also in accounts, LLP and Companies Act, everywhere we use same 12 months of April to March so that it's same. No need to change again. But why is it 12 months? Did we discuss this? Why 12 months? Hello? Did we discuss, guys? I remember discussing. Hello? Why not 15 months as financial year? Why not 18 months as financial year? Okay, what do you do in a financial year? You compare performance for two companies. Now, look at my point. I am saying, I'll come back to the provision in a moment, guys. Okay. Sir, for exam, financial year is 12 months. My point is, let's take a company which is manufacturing wine. It takes 3 to 4 years to manufacture alcohol wine. Let's take a company that is manufacturing or producing rice or wheat, agriculture companies. It takes 3 or 4 months, here 3 or 4. Let's take a company which is manufacturing potato chips, like Lay's. They manufacture chips within 1 to 2 days, they can manufacture thousands of packets, correct? So, comparing this company for 12 months makes sense. Okay, within 12 months, their revenue is 3 times approximately. Their produce will give them 3 times revenue. They can cultivate rice approximately 3 times in a year, correct? Chips company can produce rice every day, can produce chips every day. So their revenue is coming every single day. But for rice or wheat, it's only once in 3 months. For a wine manufacturing company, 3 years they will only keep spending. The revenue comes only once in 3 to 4 years. That means the comparison should be 3 to 4 years, 12 months or 1 to 2 days. Why are we taking 12 months? Did I discuss this? Hello? Yes, sir. Why did I discuss? Already discussed. Why 12 months? For comparability. Did we discuss Warren Buffett example? Warren Buffett says, I will not take 12 months. He doesn't take 12 months for his analysis. He says, why should I take the time? Earth revolves around the sun 12 months as the same period for comparing companies. He is saying Earth revolving around sun is a time period. That cannot be the time to compare financial performance. Logically, he is right. But we don't have any other answer, so we go with 12 months. That 12 months only is April to March. In that 12 months only, I am saying, sir, what if in middle of the year, I incorporate company? They are saying for an LLP, if you incorporate on 30th of, like after 30th of September, from which day? from 1st October 24, the financial year can end on 31st March 25 or 31st March 26 at the option of LLP. If it's for a company, instead of this date, it becomes 1st Jan 24. This is in Companies Act, but I'm just saying same provision is there over there also. Are you following, guys? Clear? Can we proceed? Yes, our idea is to finish full LLP provisions, do all LLP questions in the study material, do all LLP questions of previous foundation syllabus, because same is there in Inter, and do LLP questions in RTP and MTP. Everything we will do in the class. Are you following, guys? Clear? Let's proceed to next set of concepts. Can we proceed, guys? LLP liability is what? Limited. Remember this section number. I will tell you a few section numbers which I want you to remember. Section number 30 of the LLP Act breaks this concept of limited liability. Sanjeev or this firm, DRS LLP, where are they? DRS LLP took a loan with an intention not to repay. DRS took a loan of 3 crores from the bank. Dinesh took 1 crore, Rahul took 1 crore, Sanjeev took 1 crore. All three of them went to Goa, they enjoyed and came back. Then they told, sorry, LLP went into loss. We tried to do business for 2 years. We were not able to earn. Liability limited. Sorry, we can't pay. Then they thought, can they do this, guys? Everybody will get this thought. Sir, limited liability means what if I start a company and take bank loan, sir? I will use for personal use, but I will account as if company use. He will buy guest house in Goa for saying business. You will go to Goa and stay for 1 year, book some Taj hotel, 20k per day, business visit. I am doing business in Goa, you will say that. And then what business we don't know, guys, but he's saying business. And then you will do all these things and say I am unable to repay the loan. Can I do that, guys? No. If you are incurring any liability with the intention of not to repay, with the intention of doing a fraud, intention to cheat someone, then in that LLP, 1L is gone. What is that? Limited liability partnership. Both L's are gone. Both L's are gone. It becomes like a partnership. What is that? Unlimited liability. Are you following, guys? This I didn't do, guys. One student told, sir, LLP means this L will turn this side, sir. So it becomes unlimited partnership. I didn't do. Don't look at me like that. LLP, 1L will reverse, sir. He said it will become unlimited partnership. Section number 30. Not my thing. Student message on WhatsApp. Sir, how is this? Can I do like this in exam? Okay. Fine. Now, following, guys. So, section 30 is simple, guys. In an LLP, if they are doing a fraud, any partner or partnership firm itself, LLP, then the liability of such LLP becomes nothing else to remember in this. If an LLP is incorporated or LLP is doing any act with an intention to defraud the creditors, LLP is doing any act with an intention to defraud its creditors, then the liability becomes unlimited. Please don't write unlimited symbol. Examiner will not know what is this. You have to write what? Unlimited, or the other words is partners are personally liable with no limitation on liability. Are you guys following? Everybody understanding of? So, I am discussing a few random concepts. First, I am discussing the important ones. That's it. Section 30 over, guys. They asked in exam also. When partners liability in LLP becomes unlimited, in case of a fraud, if LLP is incorporated or registered with an intention to defraud its creditors or unable to pay its debts with a fraud intention, then the liability of LLP becomes unlimited. Partners are having personal liability without a limitation on liability. Are you able to follow, guys? This is section number 30. Any doubts in this? Following, guys? Yes. Got it. So his question is, sir, in the DRS firm, Dinesh alone took a 3 crores loan. Other partners did not know about this. How can the other partners be liable? This only we will see in section 25 to 27 of LLP Act, which talks about liability of LLP and liability of partners. We will see today, but I will give the answer because the doubt is brought up. Later when I take detail, you will understand. In this case, only the respective partner is liable, because I told you in the start, in LLP there is no concept of mutual agency. For act of one partner, other partners are not liable. Same thing, partnership firm, everybody are liable. That's why it's important, if you start a partnership firm, choose your partners wisely, business partners. Okay. Following, guys, clear? This is section 30. Next is section 32. I'm going in random order, guys. Is it fine? Are you able to understand? These are all independent provisions. Clear? Next, let's take a company called ILFS. ILFS was a big company. Today, what is the share price of ILFS? Yes, Dinesh? No. What is the share price of ILFS, guys? Check fast on Google. ILFS share price. Put it on Google and check fast, guys. Tell me the share price. Just type ILFS share price. 4.25. Can you check the share price 5 or 10 years back? Just put that Google history 5 years back. 5 years back also it's less only, I think. Maybe 2010 years back. 2014 or something. Able to quickly find. 1? Okay, something around 180. Oh, perfect. Enough, guys. Yeah. Around 180 to 250, guys. Okay. Now follow. ILFS is a company which was mainly into, follow, guys. ILFS full form is infrastructure leasing and finance. Into that business, they're into the business of giving loans for infrastructure business. Okay. A big listed company whose share price was around 10 years back in the range of 180 to 250. Today it's almost 0. That means if you invested 180 that time, now it's worth only 4 rupees. What happened? Company got into a scam, which is still not openly out. Investigation is going on. What happened here? How the scam was revealed outside or data went out? Auditor did not find out. Company also did not reveal. Some of the employees in the company, disclosed this information to the public. That too, it was an article working in the audit firm. Through article working in the audit firm, which happened not intentionally, but it happened. Let's not get into those details. Okay. It happened anonymously or with knowing also. We don't want to get into the name of the firm, all of that. You can find out later. Okay. Now, because that happened, this company data went out and it's a scam. Okay. Now, this is typically in the corporate system known as whistle blowing. It's very common. In US also there is one whistleblower who is currently in Russia. I forgot his name. His interview also is taken. Anyone remembers his name? He died recently. His name? I forgot his name. Yes, WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks, one more guy, he revealed about the defense of US, saying how your privacy is invaded, all of that. One Netflix documentary also came. This guy called John Oliver took his interview also. His name, I think if you just Google, you will find that. Something like that. Okay, we'll get to that later. His name, one second. Yeah, got it. His name is called Edward Snowden, guys. Okay, you can find a popular interview with US journalist called John Oliver. Interview is there. Edward Snowden used to work in the US defense, where he did not like the kind of privacy invasion and a lot of things that US government used to do. So he revealed all that information to the public and he escaped to Russia to get protection. Then this John Oliver went to Russia and took his interview. His interview is popularly available on YouTube itself. Now what Edward Snowden claimed in his interview, which we don't know if it's true or not, which is a Netflix show in an interview, that every mobile phone that you have, every laptop which has a camera, even if the camera is off, it is always on, capturing what is happening. So some people put a tape if they are worried about it. So your phone camera, even if it's off, it's always on from the back end, seeing what is happening. Like that, a lot of things Edward Snowden disclosed. He was a whistleblower against the US defense. Are you following? As they track every message, all of that. So who is a whistleblower? Whistleblower is somebody who is part of the system but raises voice against what's happening in the system. Are you following, guys? We don't have to go that detail. We have a section in LLP which says, if there is a whistleblower in the LLP, let's say it could be a partner or it could be a employee who has given out information which leads to an investigation or helping an investigation. Are you following, guys? So either a partner or employee, they are doing two things: gives information leading to investigation or helps during an investigation. Are you following, guys? Leading to investigation or helps during an investigation. He is called an, it can be a partner or DP, any designated partner, or an employee. It could be any of these people. In this case, the law is saying two things. Now, just because an employee, let's say in the firm DRS, they are doing full fraud. Let's say Sanjeev is the whistleblower who came out and revealed information. Now, can I say Sanjeev is going to lose his job? Can we harass Sanjeev? No. Can other partners harass him? No. So the law is trying to protect him, saying such a whistleblower, whether employee or partner, should not be demoted. What is demoted? Promotion opposite. Opposite of promotion. Should not be demoted. Should not be retrenched. What is retrenched? Fired. Fired from job. Retrenched. Or should not be demoted, retrenched, or harassed. He should not be harassed. Are you following, guys? Because it's very possible. If an employee is doing it, what partners tell? Wait pannu. That they should not do. That protection the act is giving. Are you following? Clear? Now in the DRS investigation, when Sanjeev gave the news, investigation started. Looking at this, Dinesh got scared. So court told 8 years imprisonment for you. Dinesh told, I will reveal all more information. You found only half. I will reveal some more half. Please give me less imprisonment. You will see in movies. Then court will tell what? Instead of 8 years, okay, 5 years. I will reduce 3 years if you surrender yourself, correct? So one such a whistleblower should not be demoted, retrenched or harassed and all the other terms. Okay, and if you give helps in ongoing investigation, then for that person the punishment may be not mandatory. Yeah, I surrendered, send me out. Punishment may be reduced or waived at the option of the court. That's it. Act is saying it may be waived or reduced. That's it. This also they asked in foundation exam. Who is a whistleblower? What is the act talking about whistleblower? Are you following, guys? 31, sorry, correction. 31, sorry guys, make that small change. Section 31, whistleblowing of the act. 30 is fraud, correct? 30 fraud, 31 is whistleblowing. So who can do whistleblowing, guys? Partner or employee of the LLP. Whenever they do such kind of whistleblowing against for any kind of issue, he is giving information leading to investigation or helps during an investigation. Such a person should not be demoted, retrenched, harassed, all those things should not be, his salary should not be withheld, all of that. And the punishment may be waived or reduced in case you are the person doing that fraud. This is coming only in second point. See, helps during an investigation, then the punishment may be waived or reduced. Are you following, guys? Clear? That's it. Section is over. What section is this? Section 31, whistleblower. Perfect. Next, can we proceed, guys? I'm going in random order, guys. These are two sections. First, actually what I'm doing, if you notice carefully, all these provisions what I've discussed now are the ones which are tested in foundation exams. Which are tested. All these concepts are lately tested. I don't know if you remember the exam paper. Whistleblowing came in one of the latest exams. Fraud came in one of the latest exams. It came. I'm going to do next concept which came in exam. I am going to first finish. Look at the order of LLP I am taking, the style how I am taking it is. First I am finishing all the CA foundation syllabus which was tested in exam. Examiner is more likely to test this in inter. Second I am going to do next. Once I finish this part, I will do LLP part which is part of syllabus but not tested in foundation itself so far. Third, I will do LLP which is completely new for whoever you are in CA inter. I am doing it in this order, guys. Are you following? So it's easier for, so whatever we have done so far is in this part. Part of syllabus tested in foundation also. Clear? Next only I will go, I will tell you when we go there. Okay. Clear? Next concept. I am going to go to the one of the last concepts which talks about winding up of LLP. But before that, I will take one more small concept which was tested once. This concept also is there in Companies Act. It's there in Companies Act. You will know it or you will learn it or you already know it, whatever. Which concept is common in both? Which one we saw, guys? Financial year concept is going to be there in Companies Act or already you know, and LLP. Like this, one more concept. LLP, minimum number of members is 2. Whenever that falls below 2, let's say it becomes 1 and business is carried on for more than 6 months without increasing the number, then such an LLP will have an unlimited liability. Are you following, guys? I'll explain the logic, you should tell me. Let's say this is point A. This same provision is there in Companies Act, section 3, capital A. What? A, B, C, no change. Ditto same provision. Only section number variant. Now we have 4 points, guys. You are going to answer with common sense. Point A is when the LLP was incorporated. Point B was when the number of members from 2 became 1, or even 3 became 1, or 7 became 1, or 100 became 1. Are you following, guys? It falls less than 2. Are you getting it? Point C is upon the expiry of 6 months. Point D is after 6 months. The provision says whenever the number of members of LLP falls below 2 and the LLP carries on business for more than 6 months, then the liability becomes unlimited. My question for you, it's an interpretation question, guys. Act ends here. Unlimited liability. How many of you it's from point A? From the time LLP started, liability becomes unlimited? No. How many of you from point B? How many of you from point C? After 6 months only liability becomes unlimited. How many of you from point D? D now little later. Nobody is saying D or A, which I know you should not be telling. Biggest confusion you will have is, it is from point B, some will tell point C. Now, till B, no worries, we had enough number of members. At point B, we became 1 member. So, I am giving that 1 member 6 months time to make the liability, to make the members 2. And that member will know, if I don't make it 2, then the liability is going to become. If I choose point C as the period of unlimited liability, intentionally I can take some 10 crores loan here in this period, so that I know liability is only from tomorrow, no, not today. Are you getting it? So now you tell the answer. From when should the liability be unlimited? From B. So if you rectify within 6 months, the whole period is limited. It never becomes. But if you don't rectify, then from the point B, it is unlimited till whenever you rectify. Sir, I rectified in point D after 2 years. That full face liability becomes unlimited. Are you getting it? What's the logic behind this? This provision is there in Companies Act, also in LLP. Everybody understands for exam. For exam, if the number of members of LLP falls below 2, then for more than 6 months, liability of LLP becomes unlimited. Super. This I understood. What is the logic? Exactly. Perfect. If it becomes 1, any business with 1 person is called what? Sole proprietor liability is. If you are going to be a sole proprietor, why should I give you LLP benefit? If you are going to be sole proprietor, why should I give you company benefit? That is the logic. Are you following, guys? If it falls below 2, that becomes 1. You are a sole proprietor. Sole proprietor liability is unlimited. You make it unlimited. That's it. If you want the benefit of LLP, within 6 months increase it to 2. Are you following, guys? Everybody clear with this? Easy. Hello, making a note. Online, everybody, anybody has any doubt? Perfect. Okay. Yes. This section is 2 subsection something or section 63, section 63, which is liability, unlimited liability for an LLP if number of members falls below 2, section number 63. I will insist on section numbers only for Companies Act, guys. My logic is around 50 sections for just 10 marks, not that worth it. Companies Act 60 marks, 148 sections we will learn. Okay. Done? Clear? You can additionally remember no harm, guys. Fraud I told you, section 30, whistleblowing 31, this one 63. Now go to the next one. Winding up of an LLP. Winding up of an LLP. Yes. Winding up is 63. This one is. Rather, check and tell. Unlimited liability. Others I will tell you, just give me some time. It will be in the starting, I think it's part of definitions. It's section 5 or 6 if I remember correct. Section 5 or 6, section 6. Yeah. Section 6. Section 6 is the one, not 63 guys. Section 6. 5 or 6 starting, yeah. Section 6. Make that change guys, don't blame me recording students. Here Rajaram only told us 63. Okay. Careful, don't message him and scold him. I told you he's an angry fellow. Okay. Section 63. Now 63, correct? Now 63. Winding up of LLP. Basically, he took that page when I was talking about this concept, but he didn't come back to this. Okay. Section 63. Winding up of an LLP. This is an again or base maybe the last question I am going to discuss, which part was tested in foundation. Examiner's favorite question. Favorite question means now newly added to inter, easily 5 marks worth question. They can ask in inter. May 24 will give you a template once the exam gets over. Okay. Now, winding up of an LLP. Follow guys. Here they are talking about winding up by court order. Okay. Or tribunal or court. The section is called winding up of an LLP by the tribunal. The section is called winding up of LLP by tribunal. You would have studied in foundation also. If not, also we are going to learn from scratch. It's part of our syllabus. You have to remember for exam. Okay. Are you following guys? Everybody with me? Hello. Now, no problem. Remove from call. You can eat later. Okay. Next, tribunal or court order. Follow guys. Winding up of an LLP. Tribunal or court. There are about 5 or 6 points. First point, what we just now saw. Which one? If number of members falls below 2 and business is carried on for more than 6 months, the tribunal may order for a winding up if you don't increase it. Are you following? Why to wind up LLP? You anyway become sole proprietor. You continue as sole proprietor. So, first point, where business is carried on for more than 6 months, when minimum number of members fall below 2. Are you following guys? Where business is carried on for more than 6 months and the minimum number of members is falling below 2. Not mandatory. The tribunal may order for winding up. See, all these cases are not mandatory. These are cases where the tribunal may order. May means optional. May order for winding up. Are you guys following? Clear? Second, these 6 points you have to memorize guys. This is the only question that I am asking you to memorize so far in the whole day. Correct? They will ask you straightforward exam question. What are the cases when LLP can be wound up by tribunal? 5 marks, 5 or 6 points. That's it. Next, what is the meaning of LLP? Limited partnership. That means my assets should be more than liabilities. What if my liabilities are more than assets? That means the LLP is getting close to bankruptcy. Now you tell me guys, if LLP is like this where liability is 800, asset is 600, can I still continue the business? Yes, you can continue, but the more you continue, liability will keep increasing. That means more people are going to suffer because of you. You will tomorrow tell I can't repay, I am LLP. So, in a situation where LLP is unable to pay its debts. Unable to pay its debts, guys. Where LLP is unable to pay its debts. See, why should I wind up at this time? In this scenario, can you look at this? Liability is more than assets. Already I am not able to pay my interest or principal on loan. Now, if I still continue, this will keep increasing. That's the logic. Every point has a logic. Getting the logic for first 2 points, where unable to pay its debts or business is carried on for more than 6 months when the number of members fall below 2. Next, where LLP, this point I will explain later, that's going to be next concept. LLP has not filed 2 things, annual return or statement of accounts, and so I'll explain that in a moment. Annual return or statement of account and solvency report. We will see that next. For the last how many years? For 5 consecutive years. This point alone, wait till this concept gets over. I will start off with this only next. Where LLP has not filed annual return or statement of solvency for the last 5 consecutive years. That means you are not compliant with law for 5 years. It's like, sir, red signal, every time I will never follow, sir. Then one day you will get that. Challan you will get. Someday you will get it. Okay. Are you following, guys? Next. So, what is the first point? LLP will be wound up by business carried on for more than 6 months if number of members fall below 2. Second, LLP is unable to pay its debts. LLP has not filed annual return or declaration of solvency for last 5 consecutive years. Next, fourth one. Next, let's take this DRS. This is a unique point, guys. It's there over here. If LLP is started with an intention to bring India down against the interest of India, or you are starting LLP for doing some terrorist activities against public interest, so then LLP will be asked to wound up. Where LLP is acting against interest of that social study word. What is that? Sovereignty and integrity of India against public interest. Word is there? Not there. For LLP is acting against interest of sovereignty and integrity of India, comma, the security of state, security of state or security of public, security of state of public. What are my keywords? Acting against sovereignty, integrity of India, security of state of public. In these cases, LLP will be asked to wound up. This is a straightforward point. So, example, LLP is doing terrorist activities. LLP is funding terrorist groups. LLP is what is saying? Acting against Indian interest, anti-India movements, those kind of activities. Then LLP will be asked to wound up. Are you following, guys? When I say anti-India, it's the actual meaning of anti-India. What you use simply, you are anti-India, sir. No, not that. Okay. Following, guys? Clear? What are the 4 points? Where business carried on for more than 6 months and number of members falls below 2, LLP is unable to pay its debts. LLP has not filed annual return or declaration of solvency. LLP is acting against the interest of sovereignty, integrity and security of the state. What is next point? Any other reason which is just and equitable. Very powerful term, the word just and equitable. That's it. These are the 5 points. Nothing else is there, correct? Just check. That is last. That is something I don't consider over here. LLP winds up by itself, voluntary winding up. Let's learn these points, guys. First, what is any other reason which is just and equitable? Not there in the above 4 points, but the tribunal feels you have to wind up yourself. Example, guys. LLP is doing wrong marketing and selling products. For example, they are saying, apply this cream, you will become 10 times fatter. Or they are saying, take this, medicine, your immunity will become 100x, you will not get any disease. Security, okay, I'll tell. There was this movie, Saduranga Vetevan movie is there. In the climax, they will tell, drink this water, then your health will become fine. Okay, like that. Let's say I'm starting, DRS is saying, drink this DRS juice, your health will become very strong. This is not against security of state, but it's a wrong marketing where your LLP is doing, non-ethical practices. So, the court may feel just and equitable to order for winding up. I am selling biryani, but this my LLP is a restaurant selling biryani, but the food is not of good hygiene. Somebody recorded a video where they were not cleaning the dishes properly. The vegetables were kept in some cold storage, very unhygienic food, which suddenly someone recorded video. It came trending. So now we have to close down the restaurant. Are you following, guys? Are you understanding? It could be anything, guys, which is just and equitable. These are the 5 points which the court itself, by suo motu on its own, will order for winding up if any of these happen. The 6th point is where it is part of this points only. LLP itself decides to wound up or wind up. For this also you need to apply to whom, guys? Tribunal. So if you want to wind up your own business, go apply to tribunal to get permission to close down. Now, idume panna sir, business is normal business. Now I want to retire. I want to settle down, close the business and stay home. You can do that. Get tribunal's permission. Why tribunal's permission? They will check if you paid all the liabilities. Not only LLP, not part of a syllabus. Companies Act also, if you want to close down a company, you need to get permission to close a company. Permission of ROC. Not in syllabus, it's in 300 series. Are you following, guys? So what are the 6 points? Winding up of an LLP where business carried on for more than 6 months and number of members falls below 2. LLP is unable to pay its debts. LLP has not filed annual return or solvency for last 5 years. LLP acting against interest of sovereignty, integrity of India or security of the state. Any other reason just and equitable. And last one, LLP ordered for winding up. Recording students repeat with me. Live students repeat with me. Okay. Following. Now a related point. Let me do this one, guys. Point 3 I need to explain. What is annual return and statement of account and solvency? Are you guys following? Clear? Annual return, statement of account and solvency. These are the 2 things that LLP has to file every year with ROC. This will be filed, both will be filed within end of financial year. How many days, guys? Annual return is within 60 days. Statement of account and solvency within. Are you following, guys? Purila. Wound up by section 64, not 63. Check once, guys. Winding up 63, tribunal is 64. Don't ask me. Whom you should ask? Rather, I'm the number, new number. Recording students, make the change, guys. Section number 64 is only winding up by tribunal. Okay. Now come down over here. These are two simple points. Annual return has to be filed within 60 days from the end of financial year to ROC. Statement of account and solvency within 6 months from the end of financial year. Are you guys following? That's it. In both of these, it has to be signed by designated partner. If you don't sign, there is going to be a penalty that you will see in the book, some imprisonment, punishment, all of that. Okay, following, guys? Clear? Now, what is this, sir? Important. What is annual return? Every year, sir, confusion over here, which is 60 days, which is 6 months. This is correct, huh? Check this. 60 and 6 months. How do you not get confused in exam? Statement of accounts now preparing P&L, balance sheet takes time. That's why 6 months from end of financial year. Audit lam pannu. Annual return is just nothing about company's address, LLP's address, who are the new partners, what business I did last year, what are the changes, those things. For that, within 60 days is sufficient. Are you following? What is statement of account and solvency? What do you mean by the term solvent? Solvent means what? Assets are more than. That means LLP makes sense. Limited liability is enough. Assets are more than. Declaration of solvency means every year you have to declare to ROC that my assets are more than liabilities. Following, guys? That's it. So these two have to be filed. This is the first concept which I am discussing, which is part of my earlier CA foundation, but not yet tested in exams. Are you following, guys? With this, we will close LLP today, continue in the next session tomorrow, and we will try to close it. Then, thank you, guys. See you all in the next session.